Today we're going to be talking about this guy. This is GasStop. GasStop is a safety device that connects to your propane tank and shuts off your propane 100% right at the tank in the event of a broken or severed line caused by things like a tire blowout, an old dry rotted line, or maybe even a critter that may have chewed up one of your propane lines. Now there are two types of these GasStop devices. One's a pull connection device, that would be this guy. This connects to like your Class C or Class A motorhomes. And then there's the Acme Type 1 connection, which is used on your travel trailers or fifth wheels.
Today I'm showing the Acme. This would be for fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers. They take about 5 minutes and they go right on the tank. You turn your tank on, press down, give it a couple of clicks. That sets the little steel ball in motion. And in the event you had a rupture or break in the line, it's going to shut your propane completely off, keeping you and your RV safe.
To install this, first we got to take our cover off of our regulator. So one thing I want to point out is somebody before we purchased this RV had put a little connect on here for like a gas grill. With this being here, it kind of put the regulator clear off to the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off and just leave it off since we don't use it, and just put the GasStop device directly here. Move the regulator over right onto the GasStop device. Gives us one less connection to worry about, because if I did put the GasStop on here, that would put the regulator over even further, clear over here. It would make that regulator even more susceptible to damage, being away from this plate here that protects it. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure the propane is shut completely off. Now, just as a reminder, on the Acme connection type for your fifth wheels and travel trailers, the connection is easier than on a Class A. You just simply disconnect it. After you're turning your gas off first, you disconnect the hose and just hand tighten the GasStop device on. Connect your hose back up to the end of that, and then just turn your gas right back on. For this, as a Class A, and with our setup here, we have a little extra piece that we're going to take off here. So we got a little bit more to it, but it's still a very simple install. So first, if you have not done an install like this before, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that typically when you tighten something, it's righty-tighty. With propane, it's complete opposite. You actually turn to the left to tighten it, and turn to the right to loosen it. Hopefully you brought popcorn. So now I've taken this extra piece off, and again, this was just a device that gives you another connection if you want to hook up one of your gas grills or something like that. Since we don't use it, I'm just gonna put this in my box, and maybe we'll use it at another time. Now the one thing you want to make sure you do is connect your GasStop to your regulator first. Now I like to hand tighten everything before you put the wrenches on it. It makes it go a little bit quicker. Now, once you have everything tightened up, you need to go ahead and turn your gas on and check for leaks. Once you have your gas on, you notice that the gauge still says low. That's because you have not primed the valve yet. So I've pressed 3 times down on the valve, and that's primed it. And as you can see, we're in between the yellow and the green area. If it's in the yellow, you want to be careful. That could be too much high pressure. Now take your soapy water. Now I do have a bubble down here, so I want to make sure that that is tightened a little bit better. Tighten them back up, and now we're going to see if we have any leaks. It also tells you how much propane you have in your tank as well. If you're not sure if one gauge is correct, you have a second backup gauge to go by. Another good use of this GasStop device is it also is a minor leak detector. Once you have the valve all primed up, you wait about 2 minutes, come back and see if that gauge is in the exact same spot. If you have a minor leak, that gauge will go down a little bit. And then what you need to do is go around and spray with that soapy water and check and see where you might have a leak, because you do know that there's no leak at the tank. It's somewhere from this point on. So now it's been past 2 minutes. I came back and checked the gauge, and the gauge is just fine. Same place as it was when we first checked it. So now we put our cap back on the regulator and we should be good to go. A few other great things about this valve is it has a 5-year warranty. They are individually tested before they're sold, and they're made from solid brass. For us, especially since this propane tank is right behind one of the front tires, we didn't want to take a chance and have a tire blow out and have that tire rupture a line or something and cause some serious injuries. We were not paid to review this product, but we did receive the product for free. And if you're interested in GasStop, we've provided a LivinRVision coupon code down below and in the description down below as well. We hope you found this video helpful today, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe down below. And until next time, we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Let's call it a day.